The rumor mill is stating that Dillian Whyte is about to jump ship from Matchroom and go and sign a promotional deal with Bob Arum and Top Rank. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Remstar Says So. Like, hit subscribe, comment, and share this video. Now, if you've been watching the news recently, you will see that the rumor mill states Dillian Whyte is about to go stateside and follow Tyson Fury in signing a long-term, lucrative contract with Bob Arum and Top Rank. Now, I don't really know what my thoughts are on this one. I don't know how much money, if this deal is actually going to happen, if it's true, or if Dillian White's just blowing smoke up our asses to get Eddie Hearn to pull his finger out. But what I do know is that Dillian White will be leaving Matchroom as the number 2 heavyweight boxer to go to ESPN and Bob Arum to be the number 2 boxer. Now, I understand Dillian White's frustrations. He's been with Eddie Hearn pretty much from the jump, and Eddie Hearn has taken Dillian Whyte probably as far as he can be asked to take him. He's taken him to back-to-back pay-per-views against Joseph Parker and back-to-back pay-per-views against Joseph Parker and Carlos Takam. And I'm sure Dillian Whyte's made a couple of quid in between those fights. But realistically, what else has Eddie Hearn done? He's put Dillian Whyte in a position where he holds 2 pointless international titles, and he's basically in the top 5 of most of the governing bodies. I think he was stripped of his IBF position because he refused to go and fight Kubrat Pulev. The biggest issue for Dillian Whyte is that they were trying to make a fight between Dillian Whyte and Dominic Brazil, but now that Tyson Fury is fucked off to ESPN and he doesn't want to fight Deontay Wilder anymore, Dominic Brazil has now been given a mandatory opportunity to fight Deontay Wilder for the WBC Heavyweight Championship. So Dillian Whyte is now the guy left without an opponent. It's strange because at the time, Dillian Whyte looked like he had all the options. He was negotiating with AJ and he stepped away from that. Then he started negotiating with Brazil and now he's been left in the lurch. And I feel like Dillian Whyte might think that he's a little bit left out, or shall I say, let down by Eddie Hearn and Matchroom. I think Eddie Hearn as he hasn't delivered for Dillian Whyte. Yes, he's put him on pay-per-view, and yes, they've conned the fans out of a couple million quid. But realistically, Dillian Whyte has not got what he wants. He hasn't got a title shot. He wanted the fight with AJ for April 13th, and that fell through. He wanted the fight with um, he wanted the fight with Dominic Brazil, and that's fallen through. And now Dillian Whyte is just looking around, thinking to myself, "Hold on, I've been paying all these sanctioning fees. I've been doing everything that Eddie Hearn told me to do. He's fought Lucas Brown. I was there at the O2. Fair enough, it was a shit fight because Lucas Brown hadn't fought in 2 years. He's fought Joseph Parker. He's knocked out Carlos Takam. Still no championship fight. And the fact is, even if the WBC make Dillian Whyte the mandatory challenger, as we've already seen with Dominic Brazil, he might be waiting 18 months to get that fight. So maybe Dillian Whyte's decided that he's just going to cash out and follow Tyson Fury's blueprint, go into ESPN. Um, I'm not too sure what I think about this one. Because if Dillian Whyte goes to ESPN, it's not like we're going to see Dillian Whyte versus Tyson Fury straight away. We're going to see Dillian Whyte fighting a bunch of nobodies that nobody wants to see him fight, and trying to sort of wrangle his way into a WBC mandatory position. As we already know, Bob Arum and Al Heyman do not get along, so I'd love to see how this one would pan out if, Dillian Whyte does sign a long-term deal with Bob Arum and he becomes the mandatory because, Deontay Wilder is loyal to Al Heyman, fighting on Showtime, potentially Fox, and Bob Arum fighters fight exclusively on ESPN. Let me know your thoughts, guys. Do you think Dillian Whyte is going to sign this deal? Is it good for his career? Has Eddie Hearn fucked up? Leave a comment, hit like, hit subscribe. You're watching Remstar Says So.